Fields and Fences. Rahmat is a farmer. He grows wheat in his field. I need a fences around my field. How many wire should I buy? Rahmat needs to find the length of boundary of the field. Can you find it from this picture? See the length of each side written near it: 9 meter, 15 meter, 6 meter, 21 meter. The boundary is 54 meters long. Rahmat bought a roll of 70-meter wires of the fences. I should also do the same for my field. Ganpat, can you give me the wire that is left? With you, I will use it for my field. Oh, sure, why not? How much wire did Rahmat give to Ganpat? Ganpat thanked Rahmat and started fencing his own field, but he needed to get more wire. How long the boundary of Ganpat field? How much more wire will Ganpat need for his field? Practice time. Here are pictures of some more fields. Find out which one has the longest boundary. Chandu's father, he called the young old man's in his village at 70 years of age. He is fully fit. Do you know his secret? He goes for a walk around the field every morning, every day. He takes four rounds of Chandu's field. What is the total distance he cover? Ganpat wife walk a tailor shop. He has a fixed lace around a tablecloth. He bought 100-meter roll of lace. Look at the picture of the tablecloth and tell how much lace is used for one tablecloth. How much lace will be used in 3 such tablecloths? How much lace will be left in the roll? Activity: find out the length of the boundary of these shape. Now count the square to find out how many squares are there in each shape. Which shape cover the last number of squares? Which shape cover of most number of squares? Take a 20 centimeter long thread. Make different shape by joining the ends. Place on the square sheet on the next page. Find out how many squares are there in each shape. Which is the biggest shape? Which is the smallest shape? How long is the boundary of each shape? How many different shapes can you make by joining two squares? Draw them on the squared sheet given below. How long is boundary of each shape? Try this activity with 3 squares also. Practice time. A square has a boundary of 20 centimeter. From the corner of this square is small square of side 1 centimeter is cut off, will the boundary of B be less or more? Find its length. If you cut I 1 centimeter square to get shape C, what will be the length of the boundary of C? Find the length of boundaries of square D. 8 square of side 1 centimeter are cut out of the square D. Now it look like shape E. But is the length of the boundary of shape E? The boundary of this 1 centimeter is, can we also say that the boundary is 4 into 1 centimeter? A hockey field is 91 meter or 40 centimeter long and 55 meter wide. How long is boundary of the field? Usha and Valsamma and running a race. Usha is running on the inner circle. Balsamma is running on the outer circle. Balsamma runs faster than Usha, but still she loses the race. Can you guess why? Have you seen any race where runner start from different places like in this picture? Guess by school garden. The student of third class and fourth thought of making a vegetable garden. They choose a place which looked like this. Garden 1, garden 2. Students of both of classes thought that garden 1 was bigger, so both wanted to take garden 1. Suddenly Neetu said, I think both gardens are equally big. Quite possible. Let us find out if you are right. How will need to find out if the two gardens are equally big? Activity. Look at the table in your classroom. Guess how many math magic books you can place on it. Remember, the books should not overlap. Do not leave gap between the books. Write your guess here. Now check if your guess was right. How many books could you place? What is the difference between your guess and the actual number of books? Now look for another table. Is this table bigger than the last table? Yes or no? Make a guess how many math magic books can be kept on this table. Check if your guess was correct. How many math magic books could you keep? The difference between the size of the two tables is books. How many math magic books can be covered with one sheet of newspaper? Try covering your math magic book with half of sheet of newspaper. Can you cover your book with a smaller sheet? Find a smallest sheet which is cover your book. Check if your friend use a smaller sheet than you did. Which is the biggest leaf in this picture? Collect some leaves from the garden, place each of them here on this square sheet, trace out edge and check how many squares there are in each leaf. Which is the biggest leaf? Which is the smallest leaf? How many small square of size 1 centimeter? are there in this big green square? Can you think a faster way to know the total number of small squares without counting each? Guess how many square of 1 centimeter can fill this blue rectangle. Check your guess by filling it with the small squares. Look at the pictures. Can you divide it into 4 squares equal pieces? Each piece should have the same number of squares. Puzzles, a horse and the well. Ranga once has a piece of land. There are 4 horses on his land, and in the middle there is a well. He wants to divide this land equally among his 4 children. Each should get 1 horse and be able to use the well without entering the other land. Can you help him divide the land? Give different color to each one's share.